Hey there, folks. We've got a historic Brawl deck for you today. Elspeth's Son's Nemesis, 4 mana Planeswalker, 5 loyalty, with Escape, which is kind of the reason for the deck. So, Escape with exile 4 cards, bring it from the graveyard to play. That's just bonus value, but let's talk about the abilities. -1, 2 target up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+1 till end of turn, which is a nice aggressive slant for the card. Trust me, it comes in use and we use it all the time. -2, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens, and -3, you gain 5 life. We use all modes pretty much in various levels. Anyways, gameplay's coming right up. Deck text at the end because it's freaking long, because we got all of these to go through. Alright, we're in on the draw versus try hard Corvald over here. This is okay, I guess. Nothing special. Remorseful Cleric obviously deals with a number of their graveyard shenanigans if they have any. I don't know how, what avenue they're going to be taking here, but we definitely want to cover for a couple. Evolving Wilds, nice and early. So we've got Arcane Signet, Skyclave, some ramp in general. That's not terrible to have. It does offer them a clue, but it can not go to Corvald from its free sacrifice early. Woe Strider, yep. I'm just gonna play you. They don't have enough mana. An Apostle of Purifying Light, because it can block the Woe Strider. They could have red-based removal, but yeah. It's a good chance that they may not have it in hand right now, so why not, right? Seems fine to me. Phyrexian Arena, you say? Okay, sure. That's not bad. We'll keep that one in mind. I'm gonna rally the ranks. And it's named for Human. And there's not much in the graveyard. I'm just considering getting rid of their graveyard for now. And then untap Elspeth. And when we untap with Elspeth, we get Fateful Absence available to us. Oh, something like that. But might as well keep that graveyard clean for a while. Tap land, you say. Demon's Disciple. Okay. Nice trick. We got this Remorseful Cleric too, so it's no big deal. Yep. And, I mean, we're going to have a few friends here in a hot minute. So that's going to cause them some trouble. Good luck on that sacrifice effect again, buddy. Good luck on that. So we'll keep the Fateful Absence once again. If they never play Corvald, I couldn't be happier. Because I'll just Ondu Inversion whenever they do. Hitting all those land drops now. Go away. Go away. That's not bad. Okay. So is this just a cheesy sacrifice deck? Like if I wanted that, I'd play historic. I'd play standard. Like that's where all the sacrifice stuff is anyway. All right, whatever. Forsake the Worldly is about time, honestly. Okay. Go away. It's just a Demon's Disciple down there. Well, that's not going to affect me. Just checking when I want to use Remorseful Cleric. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So Ondu Inversion just comes active with 1 more mana. Prosperous Innkeep, sure. Fiend Artisan, sure. Whatever the fuck that is, sure. Sure, whatever. We can blow up all of this if we really, really wanted to. I'm wondering if I do. That's not bad. Alright. We'll do it this way. Boop, boop. 4 in the yard, but that's including Elspeth. Take action. Five. Yeah, just send this attack. There. So that's 7 mana now. Play Elspeth. More tokens. So they get a one-shot time to fire this off, and then I'm Ondu Inversioning everything. Drop it under the Remorseful Cleric if I can ever get it to happen. Yep. Unlikely, but I could try. We've got plenty of damage, trust me. We're fine for the damage. You're gonna throw that down there? Huh. Brave. Ritual, sure. Lots of random crap happening. Simulacrum, sure. That's a lot of stuff going on. Again, I'm going to just send a gigantic attack at them. It would be ideal if I had an anthem, like another anthem at this point. Because Corvault's not frightening. Additionally, this graveyard is going to be looted dry. Okay, realizing that this deck has a lot more aggro than it surprises people. Let's just say this deck has a bit more punch than people tend to give it credit for. Yes, you are very close to dead opponent, and we have backup. All right, we're in on the play. We're against Toxrill, which is an interesting guy. So it just puts slime counters, and creatures you don't control get -1 for each slime counter on them. So this thing kind of is the direct card opposing us. So it's relevant. Anyways, let's see what's in their hand. Slayer's Bounty will show us creatures. Sludge monster, and the rest is lands or spells. Slime counters, alternative right there. But if they lose all abilities... Huh. Nifty. Angel of Destiny, you say. We have no creatures right now. We can sack the Slayer's Bounty. I don't see a clue right now anyway, so might as well draft something up. Are you going to sit there with counterspells all day? Is that your plan? That's a good way to deal with Toxrill right there. Raise the Alarm is a good way to get a clock started. I'm going to have Reprobation available. Faithful's Disciple's not terrible. Faithbound Judge is a card. I'm going to play a Judge. If they throw removal at it, then it just goes into the yard. No big deal. And if it's a nice filler in the curve, no big deal. Letter of Acceptance is a clock, or about rock, not clock. Duh. Anyway. Esper Sentinel? Sure, why not? Faithful Disciple for that nonsense, and then Esper Sentinel for whatever they're doing to make them taxed by 1. These are cards that are fine versus deck that's not doing anything important. Tap out, give me that card. Oh yeah. Anthem? That helps. That buys us time. Sludge Monster. Sure. This now loses Defender. Just saying. Duck it. If you got Spell Pierce, I will pay out. Off you go now. And I will take my card. That said, this guy's now not... whatever. It's fine. Send more. So, where's that leave us now? We can draw a card off Revelry and just draw through. That could probably get us something like a land, which would be helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Yeah, we can just draw through. Draw a card. Yeah, okay, land. Because I would like to have Faithbound Judge attached to them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana on their side. So they can play Toxrill. And they do. Coward. Okay, I think we probably should attack on through now. This. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we start getting aggro here. Okay, we're in on the draw. We're against Massacre Girl, which... why is everyone, like, playing these commanders that are just an extra board wipe? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll keep this, because Legion's Landing, Signet, Elspeth, we can get a few things in here beforehand. Then Adeline just wrecks them. Adeline's a pretty good addition. That's a new one for me. I updated this deck roughly, and then I started getting cards over time. Rat Colony. You know, whatever. Ramp. But Massacre Girl, then Rat Colony. You know what? Whatever. Idyllic Range is a bit annoying here. It's mildly. We need something that's not Idyllic Range. Sign in Blood? Sure, fine, whatever. Go ahead, attack with that Rat Colony, see what happens. We can Wedding Announcement, so it's totally fine. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I suppose Wedding Announcement, tap land is fine. Sure, bud. I don't think you understand. I'm the token deck. I can do this all day. In fact, we're going to just play Elspeth now and just make some tokens. We can absolutely do this all day. You're blowing your Undying Malice on a 2-power creature just to make it a 3-power creature. Whatever. Murderous Rider, Elspeth, that's fine. The whole point of playing Elspeth is so that Murderous Rider is garbage. Anyways, we're going to double block and force another card out of their hand. Because this is so easy. Sure, village rights. So the next card is the board wipe. Garden Veil. 1, 2. Adeline doesn't die to that. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Adeline doesn't die to it. Oh, Adeline dies to it now because that extra token. Crap. Alright, whatever. 4, 5. Feed the swarm. Sure. Okay, so the opponent is just like, I'm going to kill everything I possibly can, deck. Send them in. Sure. Murderous Rider's gone. So I need a solution to Massacre Girl. Well, I don't. I can totally just make new tokens, so that's why it's not really that big a deal. I need to probably put down Mangara at some point. I just don't know when. Vindictive Vampire. More rats. More lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's just do an Elspeth punch. Okay. You are at 9, opponent. You are at 9. Alright, Mangara. I can draw a card off Wedding Announcement. That's probably fine. Farmhand. Okay. Yeah, since my opponent's killing my stuff, but not really killing my stuff. Thank you. Sure. Go ahead. Attack Elspeth. See if I care. You attacking me? I'm at 25, my dude. That's pretty good. Alright. That also shuts down... That's the card I've been looking for to shut down Massacre Girl. So now, she's a little less useful. So let's get a Plains. Not sure what Ambitious Farmhand does beyond that, but sure. Transforms into a 3/3 lifelink. Well, sure, whatever. Okay. Yeah, opponent. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this and this. Take action. Transform Farmhand. I can't activate Elspeth now, but that's fine. In you go. Legion's Landing flips. Now I have Art Veil and Landing. We draw a card off Wedding Announcement, and then everything anthems up again, making it even harder. Yeah, it's probably not saving you. Probably should have done that as Sorcerer Speed, opponent. Just in case you did find an answer. Okay, so we danced around Massacre Girl, we got the anthem, and then we hit them hard. There was the possibility that if they have Massacre Girl plus Kill Spell, they can initiate the chain, and it would just cascade the entire board till Massacre Girl was the only thing left. At which point, we'd just play Elspeth and make new tokens. We needed the initial Massacre Girl to be played. My opponent just simply danced around it for far too long in many situations where they could have just played her and it would have been better. All right, we're in on the play versus Alayla, who makes a bunch of shitters with artifacts and enchantments. I like this card right now. Keep. That's pretty good. So the idea behind this one is get a Layla off the table, make them blow their load with their stuff like whatever this is. Who cares? Forsake the Worldly seems pretty freaking good as well. Alright, pass turn. Iron Sash, sure. My turn. Esper Sentinel is nice, but I haven't seen any reason to fire it off yet. We can forsake the Lion Sash or some nonsense like that. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Off you go now. The Ozolith. Mild concern, but not a big one. Hope of Girper. Okay, I'm going to play a Jono as a land. This stuff is kind of whatever. I'm going to Mazemind Tome and try to push for lands. So draw cards, all that stuff. Our opponent's pressure is not anything that I have to currently worry about. Go ahead, sack Hope of Girper. No? Alright then. I'll draw a card then. That's a land. Alright. Currently they're actually kind of doing nothing. Yeah, just tapped. Draw cards. Tap, draw cards. They're currently, yeah, just nothing. I'll gain some life off of the Mazemind Tome, so it's no big deal here. That's another card. We're going to absolutely destroy their board. It's tempting to destroy it already. Pass the turn. We're just maze-minding anyway right now. Maze-minding our own business, that's all. Terramorphic Expanse? Sure. That's not the card they're looking for. Let's put them back to 0. Alright, we're in on the play versus whatever the fuck this card is. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's a bad idea. Sure. Alright, whatever. Cards do stuff. I don't know if Deafening Silence is useful, but I just had a game where I played it, and my opponent played nothing but creatures, and I drew nothing but non-creatures, and I was a little bit pissed, to say the least. So we'll just kind of leave it be. Signet, it's not bad. Pass. I can't guarantee it's even useful. Alright, Elspeth. Nice, fast Elspeth. Out and play, doing stuff. Pretty good. They play Treasure Chest, which does a thing. It has the potential to create treasure tokens. Well, off you go. Bye. You'll be having none of that. That's not bad. All right. We have our 2 tokens. Let's beat down with them now. This is our opportunity to get it in early, and then we'll win the clog later. This is how we beat through this stuff. Alright. So, farmhand. Take action. Get a land. Plenty to do. We rally the ranks. And we name Human. Beat down with some more Humans. And this is how we're... Yeah, opponent. You're going to get beat down hard here. They're not getting to 7 mana, if I can help it. I can't help it, though. Grow from the ashes, they're going to get to 7 mana. But they can't pay 10 life. They will be incapable of paying 10 life. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Alright, well. Now you find out what my deck does, opponent. The whole reason this commander exists is because I can do this play. Command Zone. Pump. Alright, we're in on the play versus the Scarab God, and I like having tech versus the Scarab God. Like, Remorseful Cleric and saying your graveyard deck's not gonna be doing much here. Anyways, we have Remorseful Cleric. Also, we don't really have much in the way of creatures, so they can't really do much there. Intangible Virtue. We're just gonna set up the toys. Ludwig. So they have intent of doing it to their own deck. That's a Reanimator spell long gone now. So I can blow up this, but Skyclave Apparition can blow up one of my things, so I gotta play it carefully. That said, they gotta tap out for that stuff anyway. Is this a card that is a problem? Enters the battlefield or attacks mill card. Yeah, you're gone. Keep them busy. Start from 0. I'm gonna play a new threat. Siege Zombie. Perfect for me. Whatever. Anointed Procession. By the way, these tokens, we're gonna spit out 4 2/2s all at once, by the way. It's going to be glorious. So you're going to deal with Skyclave? I guarantee that's not the worst thing you've got going, buddy. Alright, so they got a bunch of 2/2s, but we'll have a bunch of 2/2s, so it won't matter. March of Otherworldly Light's nice to combat the Scarab God. I'm going to play a Jono. It can deal with things. It can deal with tokens. It can deal with whatever, honestly. Fell Stinger, sure. Gets rid of the non-zombie. It also gets rid of the non-token. Anyway. My turn. Ondu Inversion. 5 mana. I don't want to Ondu Inversion. Not this board. This board is mine. Alright. Just attack with 4 vigilant fuckers. Off you go now. Here's some more. Good luck! We're probably cycling Forsake the Worldly here. Wow, you really got me there, buddy. You really got me. There's the Scarab God. Which is not even remotely a threat currently. Cycle. Opponent's probably going to die anyway. That's not helping. 4, 5, 6. Do we just blow them up? Probably just blow them up. Let's force this discomfort in their lives. A very, very profound discomfort. Also, oh, no, we'll just make it 0. Confirm 0, nothing, that token. Off you go. Go away. So they won't have 3 zombies for their tap effect. So they get nothing. Now they get all these. Have fun! So they do those blocks, and then they take this. Now they're 3. Fell Stinger's off the table as a valuable card, and I don't think I have... Oh, I have a Skyclave. Skyclave can get rid of... Well, let's face it, this board does not give a shit about Skyclave. All I have to do next turn is play Remorseful Cleric if they don't board wipe anyway. Okay. Sure. How about some of these? That's not bad. Let's play the Remorseful Cleric just to shut them down. Let's make sure that they have no activations available. Or if they do an activation, we'll have to figure that out later. So let's make them make an action here. Baffling defense is that it's got a 0 perpetual toughness. Or power, whatever. No graveyard. Nothing for you. Here's some shit that's coming after you. You figure it out. Alright, you're at 1. Here's land. Figure it out. Good luck. Grip Breaker. Yeah. You can tap 3 zombies to pay 1 life. Might work. Might. Reaver. Sure. That's 3. 4. So I just have to find something for these things? Telling me all I have to do is find a way around this. That's pretty impressive too, to be fair. Cards in the yard. 1. Because I exiled my own graveyard. Alright. Well, let's make things uncomfortable. Take action. Us 8. We're just going to put everything away. They have 1 mana open, and God knows what for anyway. Here's a bunch of stuff. It probably trades better than it did, so here you go. Scarab God doesn't die, Crypt Breaker does, and Token does, and Less Tap Reaver is now off the table as a jump blocker maker. They're in the this abyss, of course. I can just make more tokens, by the way, and gas back up. Just keep sending these. Like, next turn, I can just Anthem. Make more tokens. Yeah, that's not helping. Sure. That's a card. Okay. They're not going to be sitting here going through that nonsense, it seems. They are not happy about it. Alright, now for the deck tech. So, Elspeth. create some beaters and all that stuff, and the idea being that it's just this army in a can card, and that's really it's surprising how much damage it does, sort of thing. Anyway, Deafening Silence, well, let's go through the cards in just pieces. Deafening Silence is just tech for the Paradox Engine deck, specifically. Esper Sentinel basically draws a card off of every single deck, all of them. Legion's Landing for some more tokens. We want more tokens because, yeah, that's just kind of a thing. We make a lot of tokens, so let's have a Dawn to the first forward. It flips very often. Slayer's Bounty is a clue. It's you get to look at their hand for creatures, and then you get to sacrifice it to draw a card because it's a clue, and then you get this draft from the spell book, which is all those. Thraben Inspector for an extra clue. Sometimes we draw these two at the same time and we actually get some bonus points because Slayer's Bounty says whenever you sacrifice a clue or Slayer's Bounty. Like, there you go. So Thraben Inspector, just a little extra value. Also human, because humans is our kind of secondary theme, if you were. Soul Guide Lantern, Graveyard Hate, March of Otherworldly Light is just really good removal. Ambitious Farmhand for some getting some lands, basically, is where we're at with this, although I have flipped it like once ever. Possible Purifying Light, believe it or not, protection from black, and Graveyard Hate is... This card is somehow an all-star. I don't know why, but it is. Baffling Defenses. This is really good when your opponent's attacking with an attacking commander. So you just knock their base power down to 0, and it's one of those things that could potentially just knock your opponent's deck right out of the running. So quite a useful card for that. Cathar Commando as just an extra disenchant on a stick. Deck in Stone for some extra removal. Faithbound Disciple as this other bonus thing. Annoying Procession at the very front, tied with Elspeth for tokens. You can see where the synergy is here. Also, it has some other random cards in here that happen to get used once in a while. Fateful Absence is kind of like Deck in Stone. Same idea in general, just a removal that's cheap. Intangible Virtue, which works with our tokens as an anthem, of course, and Vigilance is really, really no joke when you start getting big and you start putting Elspeth's Pump on top of them. So 2/2s turn into 4/3s, and they're vigilant and they're mean, and they're something else. Lion Sash just does extra Graveyard Hate, but also, you know, whatever, it's Graveyard Hate. Rally the Ranks as another anthem. We get to name humans here, of course. So a little extra bits. Speaking of humans, this is not one, and a little more Graveyard Hate on a stick. On a stick was the first plan with that. It's just like incidental, but here's some extra stuff. So Garden Evangel is a human, and it's a good way to break through when your opponent never attacks. Sun Gold Sentinel, some Graveyard Hate, but also good rate. Everything on a stick. Sunset Revelry, just tokens. If your opponent's one of those aggro decks, then great. If your opponent's the value deck, at least you can draw a card. Swift Response, dealing with things at 2 mana is good. There's big things in Brawl, so this usually gets a lot more value than normal. Birth of Meletis for some fixing. Atomic for some... It's a good rate creature. I mean, once in a while you might run into a Nissa. But otherwise, like, yeah, that's exactly it. Arcane Signet, Ramp, Mazemind, draw cards, Bankbuster, draw cards, vehicle, everything. Tome of Legends, extra draw cards, and when we are playing from Graveyard, our Elspeth's cost is somewhat fixed, relatively. Heliod's Intervention, because this blows up nearly everything, I swear. Angelic Purge is a nice flexible answer, but we do have to sack things to kind of get there, so... And it's exile removal, I'll point out, so quite helpful for getting rid of any number of things. Flexible removal is important. Banishing Light is just get rid of a permanent. It is what it is. Simple. Elite Spellbinder, just to tax the opponent a little bit more. It's a human. Get it in the air. Get some evasion. Slap it up to +5 and make it hurt the opponent quite a bit. Forsake the Worldly, just an extra disenchant with Cycle, because Paradox Engine was popular when I started putting these cards in, if you're wondering. Sanctuary Lockdown is another anthem, but with the amount of tokens we make, we can control the board quite well. Other than that, Teferi's Protection to protect our board, Fall of Conde against some big stuff, and control magic and other stupid things. What Kiora Best to See God's a thing. It's nice to have an alternative answer to it. Anyway, yeah. Fall of Lord Conde is just a big creature killer. Wedding Announcement, just more spitters and anthems. Adeline spits out stuff. Of course, Basri Ket makes those small things big things. And early in the game, when people are doing mana rocks, you're doing Basri Ket tick-ups. And when you're doing Basri Ket tick-ups, you just fire an ultimate before they even start the game. And you just play from there. And you wouldn't believe how often it happens. We didn't have it happen. Anyway, Faithbound Judge is just an aggro blocker, but other than that, Sinner's Judgment, when we get up to the 7 mana, we can find an alternative way through it, that kind of thing. Glorious Anthem is an anthem, the quintessential anthem. Anyway, it's the anthem, so just a little bit more. Nahiri's Binding is nice way to deal with planeswalker commanders and just kind of leaving them sit there and staying put. That's kind of where this is at. It's the commander card that I wanted to put in here. It's pretty good for that. Skyclave to deal with mana rocks, basically. They mana rock on 3, you mana rock down them, whatever, it's that thing. Heraldic Banner, this is great because we're monocolor, so our creatures are getting anthemed again. Well, +1/+0, plus we get this mana rock, so it's pretty helpful for that. Skyclave Relic is just extra mana, and sometimes we want to go a little higher, a little bit. But otherwise, it's a mana rock that can't be messed with, because people like messing with mana for some reason. Knowing Procession, double the tokens, double the fun, double... Anyway... Mangara, nice little value card for when the opponent's trying to keep up with you. Especially if you have an early curve, you can Mangara out there quite quickly if you're pretty sure they don't board wipe. Shatter the Sky is our board wipe, one of them, anyway, available. It doesn't really give us that much value, but hey, whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm missing the other Wrath there's another Wrath I'm missing, I just don't have it. So, whatever, Shatter the Sky. Starnheim Unleashed. With token makers, yeah, why not? These games go late, and this can be just simply an I win button when you've got like 8 or 9 mana, like easy. So yeah, a pile of tokens. Wandering Emperor, just a really, really solid card especially to just deal with big problems or make big problems if we'd like. So it's just another token producer, another pumper. It plays basically like Elspeth, except Elspeth kind of just keeps coming back. This does not so much. But yeah, a Wandering Emperor is pretty nice. Although it's interesting to say that the Wandering Emperor could probably sit in for the commander as well. It could be the main one. You could swap them, no problem. So that's an alternative you'd like. And yeah, anyway. True Love's Kiss as a way to deal with the Heliod deck, because Heliod is everywhere, because people can't stop playing life gain no matter what format they're in, so this is how we deal with Heliod and a few other annoying enchantments while still being a cantrip. I think it's valuable enough to just have a powerful card for this effect. Wrath of God for another board wipe. We don't really have that many of them, let's be fair. we have just enough. Angel of Destiny is an alternative win con, where honestly we go wide enough that we can just slam everything in there and gain a pile of life. Additionally, we can use Elspeth's Pump here. This one synergizes very well with Elspeth's Pump, so you can get 4 power, swing in the air, and get that double strike there, and gain a pile of life. And just make the game completely out of reach. So, Angel of Destiny, I've won with its alternate win con many, many times in this deck, just because of the synergies. Also, Basri Ket's real great with it too. Anyway, that is the thing. Cleansing Nova is usually hitting artifacts and enchantments if I can help it, but hey, whatever. It's the disenchant option, but Wrath option as well. Since we can reload pretty much on a whim, Wraths don't affect us nearly as much, and we can usually blow some stuff up pretty hard. Doomscar additionally is just in there as the extra Wrath. Elspeth conquers death because Elspeth, and she conquers death in this. And it's really not good for Reanimator in this. Like, it's not great, but it's great at dealing with problem cards. Big, dumb cards that you really have to get rid of. Harmonious Archon, when you are going wide, turning all your creatures into base 3/3s, and then having your anthems take over so that your opponent's cards are all 3/3s, and yours are all 4/4s. That's how that kind of works. So Harmonious Archon is kind of that, you know, that turn when you're playing a tribal deck and you go slam the Lord, swing for lethal. That's kind of what how we play Harmonious Archon in this as well. It's just like everything's huge, send it all. And it does some serious work there. Realm-Cloaked Giant. Just another sort of Wrath here, but it's also a 7/7 if we need it. And pretty good for that. Emeria, which protects our stuff, basically. So non-angel creatures gain indestructible with it, but we also make some tokens. Lots of tokens in this deck, but protecting our humans is one way of getting about it and getting in that way. Just causing some problems overall. Additionally, just putting 2 angels in the air and then, you know, turning them into 6/5s that's an option too. So Emeria's Call plus Elspeth also works. So Elspeth, like I said, the pump is used almost all the time in this. In fact, we use it the most. Anyway, with that, Ondu Inversion at the very tippy top, and that's just to deal with infrastructure. You know, they've got some enchantments, some artifacts going on. We got a few too usually, but this is when it's just like we need to reset now. And a reset's crippling for them, but we can probably recover fast enough. Anyway, after that, utility lands, Arden Vale to make tokens, Ijano to deal with attacking or blocking. For some reason, I haven't even used this yet. It turns out clogging the board really prevents people from attacking. Either that or they have no will to win. I don't know what it is. Idyllic Range, extra little counter. It's doesn't really bite in a deck this big. 1 Idyllic Range, no big deal. We only have limited tap lands. Tap lands like being this one, Idyllic Range, and that's it. We have 2 tap lands in a 100-card deck. I think we're pretty good here. Some Sheffet Dunes for just pumping the team and swinging out. That happens, and it wins. And Snow-Covered Plains because I think I had a snow card in here once and just didn't change it out. Anyway, that's the deck. And it's all about trying to manage tokens and manage the board at the same time. And while trying to get as much value out of it as possible, if that can be done. White's starting to come down that route, so this deck can only improve from here. So I'm assuming that just white will continue to improve until it's just really spectacular. I think that, yeah, this deck can be something over the course of time and will find its complete niche. But for now, it's definitely playable and is certainly a lot of fun and a different way of playing cards. So if you got the cards, have fun, pick it up. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed the video and take care. See you later. Bye-bye.